What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomb is in the building, and in a recent interview, Ed Boon stated that the Mortal Kombat 1 roster would have characters that represent every era in Mortal Kombat. Now that sounds really good, but it can also get really bad really fast because we only got 24 spots. Now a lot of these characters haven't made it in a Mortal Kombat game in a long time, and if you ask me, it's for good reason because every time they give us new characters, everybody acts like they hate them. The Collector was a great character. Nobody liked him. Ferrator, great character. Nobody liked him. Devora, terrible character. So that one's fair. Now, if they want to dig back in the bag of mid fighters, they're going to have to mix them up with some excellent fighters as well, because if you mix mid characters with good characters, we're going to come out with a mid roster. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the characters from each era in Mortal Kombat to see if we can pull some mid characters and some excellent fighters to get a good balance on this roster. But remember, we only got 24 spots to work with, so let's get right into it. But first, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like on this video because that helps the channel grow and lets me know that you want to see more Mortal Kombat content. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button because I'm dropping Mortal Kombat bombs back to back. Let's get to that.
Run, boy, they coming on.
So here we have the character select screens from the titles Ed Boon referred to as the arcade era games. Now, I always took Mortal Kombat 4 to be a part of the 3D era games, but the game was on arcade, so I guess we can let him have that. Now, we got a lot of characters here, a lot of characters who are classics, the characters everybody loved that they always seem to bring back, but we also got some characters that we haven't seen back since. If we look at Mortal Kombat 1, these are all classic characters, a lot who have been confirmed for Mortal Kombat 1, in fact. Save for Kano and Sonya Blade, who may be cameos, but I think Sonya Blade will make her way onto the base roster, so I'm gonna lock Sonya in. Y'all see we got some confirmed fighters here. We're gonna put our unconfirmed fighters on this side. So with Sonya, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That brings us to 10, so we got 14 fighters left we can lock in. Let's see if we got anybody else on this screen we would need to lock in. Kano, I think he's fine as just a cameo. That gives him the opportunity to make it in the story and not be a, take up a spot on the base roster, because I don't think a lot of people are too crazy for Kano either. But it looks like we do need to add a name here because Johnny Cage was also confirmed. All right, so Mortal Kombat 2, who's missing? Reptile. I think we absolutely lock Reptile in. I don't think there's any way Reptile will miss this one. So we can lock Reptile in. That brings us to what, 8 left? That's what I'm telling y'all. This one's going to be it's going to be tough. Shang Tsung's already locked in. Kitana locked in. Jax. Jax is one we need to talk about because Jax has always been, let's keep it real, the black guy in Mortal Kombat. So you got to have a black guy on your roster. It's 2023. You cannot have a fighting game without a black guy on the roster. It's just, they didn't even do that back then. But we won't harp on that for too long. We'll get back to that. Melina, already confirmed. Baraka, classic staple in the Mortal Kombat universe, I'd say. He represents a whole group of people. Mortal Kombat 2, this brings me back, to a serious time. Probably when I fell in love with Mortal Kombat. Baraka was one of those reasons. But I'll say this, while Baraka's normally locked in, I think we're fine seeing Baraka as a cameo. We don't got enough spaces for you, my boy, so I think you're going to have to take the L on this one. Let's look at this Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 roster. We got Kitana, we got Reptile, so we already got them locked in. Nightwolf. I think Nightwolf's going to be a main cameo guy. I think Nightwolf will be a cameo guy, so we're going to go ahead and get past Nightwolf. Jade, who has not been confirmed. I think we're going to an interesting place in Mortal Kombat 1, and I think Jade has to be a part of that story. Now, she could be a cameo. Don't get it twisted, but I think Jade is, she's a good representation in the Mortal Kombat universe as well, so I think we got to get Jade locked in there. This is kind of why I hated Mortal Kombat 3, y'all. Look at these two characters. I hated them. Oh, Sector. We don't got a lot of spots left, y'all. We do not got a lot of spots left. So I'm not going to put Sector on there, but you know who I will put on there? Big part of the Mortal Kombat story. I think we will see Sindel. Oh boy. This is why I told y'all it's going to be tough, because we're running out of spots here already. Just looking at these first games, and we got to get people from every generation in. Ugh. All right, so Shiva, I say no. No for Shiva. Cyrax. I mean, if we're gonna get a robot cyborg in there, I think it needs to be Cyrax. Is he our replacement for Jax? Is he going to be the replacement black guy for Jax? I don't know. Let's see. We got everybody else really Cabal. I'll say we can leave Cabal out. For now. Definitely not Cyborg Noob Cybot. We got Liu Kang in already. Let's look at Mortal Kombat 4. So we're coming up to the end of the arcade era now. Kai, I think Kai could be an interesting character. But do we give him a spot on this roster? You know what? He's one of those guys we haven't seen in these games a lot. So it could be time for Kai to make a comeback. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna lock Kai in. We're gonna lock Kai into the base roster on this. If they're not gonna put Jackson, it's gonna have to be Kai. It's gonna have to be Cyrax, somebody with some melanin. You know what I mean? Next we got Shinnok. Cancel Christmas on Shinnok for life. Don't bring Shinnok in this new Mortal Kombat universe. That's all I gotta say. So we already got Reptile, we got Scorpion, Jax. They canceled Christmas on Jax. Another one here that I keep seeing everybody talk about, and I'm getting a good vibe just because of those Ed Boon tweets. I think Reiko's definitely going to be in this one. So we're locking Reiko in. We might go over 24, y'all, and we're going to have to come back and delete some of these characters, but I'm going to take them as I see them. And if we need to adjust, we can later. Jarek, cancel Christmas on Jarek. Tanya, I say yes. We got to get Tanya in there too. I don't know. That's a lot of those. Fujin, no. Cameo Fujin. I think Fujin's fine as a cameo. Won't hurt nobody, right? We got another one I need to lock in here. I'm going to lock in Quan Chi. They did Quan Chi in Injustice in Mortal Kombat 4 because he was definitely a more interesting character than Shinnok, but they let Shinnok be the big boss. That was a bad decision. All right, that's it for the arcade era. You know what? Let's move on to the 3D era. So now we enter the 3D era, but we are in trouble, y'all, because we only got 5 spots left. So let's see where we are when we come out of here. First up, we got Baraicho. I don't think Baraicho needs to be on the main roster. I think he's a good assist character, though. He can hang off stage and blow all the farts and burps he wants, but I don't think we need him on the main roster, so I'm going to scratch out Baraicho. Next, we got Li Mei, who made an appearance here recently in Mortal Kombat Legends, and I'm interested to see what they would do with Li Mei's character. So I say, let's lock Li Mei in. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and lock in Li Mei. And next, after Li Mei, we got Kenshi, who's already locked in. So shout out to Kenshi, 3D era character getting locked in early. Mavado. Mavado's an interesting one. Mavado's an interesting one, but we don't got a lot of spots left, so I think we're gonna have to hang off of a Mavado for right now. Yeah, that's a tough one. If we got space, we can add him back, but I think we're gonna hang off of Mavado for right now. But Nitara is another one. I think this might be the Mortal Kombat game we have with the most women in it. Because Nitara definitely has to be in. Fan favorite, a lot of people have been asking for, so I think we'll definitely see her. Draman, no. No, I don't want to see Draman as a cameo or a base roster character, but it looks like Ed Boon did confirm Draman a while back to be making an appearance, so we'll see. I hope they do something different with him because it wasn't good. Suhao, I would like to see Suhao in as a cameo. Frost, I'd like to see Frost come back, but maybe as DLC, just not Cyber Frost. I would even like to see Frost in the main story, even if she doesn't make a comeback. So as long as we see Frost, I'm fine, but I don't think on the base roster. We had her in Mortal Kombat 11. We already spoke about Jax and the rest of them. All right, so we didn't come out too bad in this one because we can already know we got to scratch off Blaze, scratch off Mocap, But Reptile's cool. Just not lizard reptile. We got to get I would like a human lizard hybrid, kind of like Mortal Kombat 10, but do it better than you did in Mortal Kombat 10. You know what I mean? All right, next up, we got Mortal Kombat Deception, Jade for sure. So we already locked in a lot of these. Mortal Kombat Deception might have had the best roster in one of the best rosters, I'll say that. Because we got some bangers on there. Sub-Zero in his best costume as well. Let's get to that. So we already locked in a lot of these characters. That's what's up. So we got Havoc. We got to add Havoc in. Uh-oh. We're actually not doing too bad. Not too bad. So we got 3 off this screen so far, which means we got 2 left. Let's see if we can escape this without adding anybody else. Cabal, we already spoke about. Ermac. Oh, man. Ermac. Oh, man. Ermac is a lock. Should have been one of the first characters in. Was this had to be the first screen we saw him on, because we didn't do Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So, yes, Ermac is a lock. Got to get Ermac on there. Shujenko, absolutely not. But I'll say, if Onaga is in the game, we got to see Shujenko in this game some way. I don't want to see him on the main roster. I would like to see him as a cameo if he makes it in. Hotaru, no, sir. Ashura, I don't think so. I don't want to see Ashura on this roster. Back then, we always looked at Ashura as the female Raiden, but she wasn't anything close to a female Raiden. So if Ashura comes back, they need to completely X out this design, give her a new design and everything, but I'm going to leave Ashura off, put her on the cameo list if anything. Dairu, yeah, that's Dairu, not Darius. Darius is coming up, but you know what? Cancel Christmas on Dairu. Cobra, I wouldn't be too opposed to. I would like to see Cobra in as a cameo. If they go with his Snowblind attire and everything, I remember Caleb put me on to that. I think that was a good Cobra. So I would like to see that Cobra in the game. Otherwise, cancel Christmas. Darius, cancel Christmas. Sabrina, cancel Christmas. Liu Kang in devil zombie form, never again. We'll talk about those characters later. So now we move on to the modern era. We know Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe was an abomination. There were no new characters except for Dark Kombat. If you want to bring him back, put him in Injustice. We know Mortal Kombat 9 was a reboot, had no new characters. So we're moving on to Mortal Kombat 10. And y'all, there were a lot of new characters in Mortal Kombat 10. And we only got 1 spot left. So we'll see what we come up to. Starting with Devora. Cancel Christmas. We got to cancel Christmas on Devora. She was in 2 games back-to-back already. A new character that they gave too much to. They gave her a little bit too much. So it's time for us to sit down on Devora. I think she needs to get up out of here. Bring her in as a cameo? No. Cancel Christmas. Next, we have Aaron Black. You know what? I'm going to say we need to lock my boy back in. Was he in Mortal Kombat 10? Yes. Was he in Mortal Kombat 11? Yes. Put him in Mortal Kombat 12. Not only that, let The Undertaker play as his actor. Let's get to that. Next, we got Farah Tor. I think Farah Tor should definitely come back in this game, but I don't see it happening. As a cameo, maybe, but even that, I'm not sure. I don't see it happening. Next, we got Goro. Did we talk about Goro yet? I think Goro should definitely be in the game, but I don't think he should be on the base roster. I think he should be a sub-boss that we can't play as. Well, we saw him as a cameo already, but cameos can be on the base roster. So I say keep him as a cameo. We don't need Goro on the main roster. Next up, we got Jackie Briggs. Ed Boon said the Combat Kids are gone. Period. He said they're not born yet. So we're not going to see them on this roster. We can go ahead and cancel them out. Even though I like them, I do like some of the Combat Kids. I like Jackie and I like Cassie. Not the rest of them. But we know she'll be sitting out this time, so we can chill on Jackie Briggs. Let's see who else we got that was new in this. Kotal Khan. Do we need to see Kotal Khan back in here? No. Maybe Mortal Kombat 2. Or whatever they decide to call the next one. They definitely can't call it 13. But we'll see with Kotal Khan in the next one. I don't think we need to see him in this one. Kung Jin, absolutely not. Combat Kids canceled, and that's a good thing when it comes to Kung Jin. Next, we got... I think we're going to skate past this game, y'all. I think we're good. Ooh, Shinnok's on this roster. I think Shinnok kind of ruined this whole character selection screen, because other than that, it looks pretty good. Besides, maybe Kung Jin, Takashi Takeda. Let's get to that. I think Takashi Takeichi, whatever you want to call him, sit it out. No Combat Kids, let's not have him either. Let's not have him in the next one or the next one either. Next up, we have Trimmer. And Mortal Kombat Snowblind turned me completely around on this character because before, I thought he was just a rock ninja. Now, I know he's a monster. So Trimmer could actually be pretty good in this game, but being that we got so many limited spots, I say he'd be well fit as a cameo. So let's do Trimmer as a cameo. And then we got Triborg. Now, Ed Boon, I believe, said this was his favorite cyborg. And like I said, being that the roster is limited, I don't know if we need so many cyborgs on it. So I don't know if they would do maybe in this new universe, put all the cyborgs together permanently. I wouldn't want them to do that. I think we should just have Cyrax. I'd say let's just go with Cyrax when it comes to the Cyber Ninjas. Now, last but not least, my favorite Mortal Kombat roster, my favorite Mortal Kombat game of all time, Mortal Kombat 11. Cyberfrost, again, we already spoke about Frost, but I did not like what they did with Cyberfrost, so I hope she's, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to sit this one out. Keep her out. Cassie Cage, I do like. Let's see who else we did have. We have Noob Saibot. I don't know if we spoke about Noob Saibot yet, but for obvious reasons, I don't think he's going to be on the base roster. If he is, kind of spoils the story, so I don't think he's going to be on the base roster. Spoke about Baraka, spoke about Jackie Briggs. Oh, we got a lot of classics on here as well, but I absolutely hate this Revenant lineup, y'all. I'm glad we're over this. I hope they don't ever do this again. If you're going to kill a character, just keep them dead. I don't want them to come back with gray skin. I think that ruined a lot of these characters in Mortal Kombat 11. Scarlet, cancel Christmas. I heard Christmas was already canceled on Scarlet, so don't blame me. I'm just a guy. Shiva, we already spoke about Shiva, not in this one. Kodokan. So we pretty much cleared everything. We got a few here. Garrus, you know what? If you want to bring representation for Mortal Kombat 11, personally, I think it's Collector. But Garrus is cool as well. I think Garrus could... Ed Boon said Liu Kang's not the only one who remembers the events of Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1. So that leads me to believe that Garrus might just be in there. Unless they're going to say it was some type of tie between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung remembers, but that's absolutely crazy. So I think it's a good chance Garrus will be in this game. You know what? I think it might be a crazy call, y'all, but we're going to lock Garrus in as well. We are going to lock in Garrus. And we're absolutely going to have to remove some people off this list, so let's get to that. Sindel, we already spoke about. Melina. Cetrion, cancel Christmas on young Cetrion. Rain, I don't see Rain making the base roster. Rain is a DLC fighter now, y'all. We got to accept it. We got to accept it. Rain will always be in as DLC. If Rain is on the base roster, one of y'all can come over here and slap me in the face as hard as you want to. I'll give you the address. Let's get to that. And Chronica, I wouldn't mind seeing Chronica appear somewhere in the story. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think it'd be a nice throwback just because Mortal Kombat 11 is still kind of fresh. This is the next Mortal Kombat game, so if Chronica's just somewhere and, you know, at least makes a statement in the story mode, I think that'd be cool. But here we go, y'all. We only got 24 spots, so we got to take off some of these characters. You know what? We came out pretty well. We only got 25. We only got 25, so if we had to remove one of these characters, who would it be? I'm not going to remove Garrus because I think there's some potential there. Aaron Black, I would love to see him in this game. I'm not going to remove Aaron Black. Oh, let's see. Who do we remove? Who can sit it out? Who can sit it out? Ooh, are we landing on Cyrax? I think we're landing on Cyrax. Or maybe Sonya is just a cameo. Maybe Sonya Blade is just a cameo. Maybe we do away with all the cyborgs, y'all. I don't know. Ed Boon did say when they started working on this game, they were thinking about having Sonya with a drone. So either Sonya is confirmed in that statement, or they changed something after they figured out what they could do with the cameos. But Sonya Blade is such a lock for Mortal Kombat. I don't see them doing this without her. I was surprised when some of y'all reminded me she wasn't in Deception. That's shocking. But I don't know if they will leave Sonya Blade out, being that this is a beginning story. So I think we got to get rid of Cyrax, y'all. I think we got to get rid of Cyrax, and that's going to bring us to 24 characters in this game. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know what y'all think about it. After staring at it for a minute, I think this is a nice blend of characters from each era. I'm gonna make a nice character select screen for it and do another video responding to your comments under this video. So make sure you drop that comment. Don't forget to drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.